Here are two things that you think does not belong together. Spider-Man and Nicolas Cage? The other day ago, I walked into my workplace and my supervisor said, "Hey, York, did you see the new Spider-Man trailer?" I wasn't sure what he meant. I mean, like, you mean the Marvel Spider-Man? Are you talking about a new animation? He says, "No, I'm talking about Nicolas Cage in a real-life Spider-Man." I had to do a double take. Do you mean Con Air Nicolas Cage? I mean, I like Nicolas Cage. Sometimes he has some really good movies. Other times, it's just the other way, right? So I went to my cubicle and I typed it in. And to my surprise, my supervisor was right. They're not calling it Spider-Man. They're calling it Spider Noir. What kind of name is that? Spider Noir? How could this be any good? And why in the world did it get Nicolas Cage to be in it? What were the writers smoking? There could have been so many other people. But I held back and I watched the trailer again. Have you seen the trailer? Now, there's an art form when it comes to making trailers. There is. You don't want to give too little, because if you give too little in the trailer, it's not really going to get people hyped. There has to be a plot. Even a trailer has to have a plot. There has to be a beginning, a middle, and also an end, right? It has to feel almost like a mini movie. There's an art form. But also, a trailer can't be too long. You've seen trailers to the point where you think, well, it's so long, what's the sense of watching it in the theater or watching it on TV, because they already gave all of the really good parts to it. But this one has a good balance. Not too much and not too little. And you in that little nutshell of a trailer, you understand what you are going to be getting yourself into. This is a new rating. Do you see this right over here? I call this the trailer compass, where I rate the trailers. And if it's at a true north on the trailer, that means 2 thumbs up. If it's at south on the trailer, that's 2 thumbs down. And there's anywhere in between. So I'm going to rate this trailer based on what I've seen, based on the fact that it has a plot. It's not giving too much. It's not giving too little. It keeps everything moving along as it should. Here is my rating. Watch the compass. Yeah, I'm giving this one 2 thumbs up. This is true north rating. It's going to be 8 episodes. That's how long it's going to be. And why are they making this? Why are they going out of their way to put Nicolas Cage in this role? It comes from Into the Spider-Verse, where Nicolas Cage was Spider-Man Noir. Remember that? Here's a picture of it. Yeah, that was such a good job in that role that they said, well, what about if we put Nicolas Cage as another kind of Spider-Man in a non-animation? And so that's what they've done. But this didn't just come out of left field. This idea was from a comic book about Peter Parker in an alternate universe. And it took place, I believe, in the 1930s, 1940s. And it was a different take of Spider-Man. But now with this one, Nicolas Cage is not going to be Peter Parker, our friend-loving hero, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. No, he is going to be Ben Reilly. And who is Ben Reilly? Well, he was a former hero of the city. And then he became disillusioned because he's seen all the crime. He's seen the humanity sink to the bottom barrel. And he said, no, I do not want to have a part to do with this. I can't fix everything. So he became a detective. And his life as well, as we could look within the trailer, things doesn't seem to be going all that great for him. And also it looks like there's flashbacks as well when he was a hero. So that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be a noir. It's hard for me to say that word. Noir simply means that it's going to look dark. It's a French word meaning black or dark. And it's a style of movies where you have bleak cities, like very bleak, and things are in black and white, like literally in black and white. That's the filming. And also the mood as well is a mood of sorrow. We have broken characters, and the so-called heroes of this story, they also have demons as well. So that's the idea of a noir. And so with this one, you're not going to see him in a shiny red and blue outfit. You're not going to see that. He's probably going to be wearing a long trench coat. And by the way, he still has the powers of Peter Parker. So he still has supernatural strength, probably spider sense, but they may not call it spider sense. And the thing that they're doing, just to make it different, he's not called Spider-Man, he's called the Spider. I think what they wanted to do, because Peter Parker has that nice clean cut to him. He's a high school student or a college student, depending on what version of Peter Parker's story you're watching. So they did not want our beloved Peter Parker to be this broken individual. I'm glad that they didn't do that. So they got this other guy named Ben Reilly to do that. And also what I like about this story as well is that it still has some of Spider-Man's old villains, particularly called the sand monster. Forgot his name. He could transform himself into sand. And it has a whole bunch of other characters as well that you come to know and like. Now, my fear of this, and I hope that they don't go there, I hope that they don't make this so dark and so gritty that you can't have your children watching this. I don't want that. Do you want that? Do you want a Spider-Man that's not for the entire family? I don't want that to happen. I know they're going to make it more mature. I know. I get it. And I'll probably watch it. But I just don't want them to take it too far. Also, a good thing that they're doing with Spider Noir is that you could watch it in black and white. That was the original idea when they were putting this together to fit the mood of the 1940s and the noir style. Or you could watch it in true color. So pick your choice. For me, I'm going to go with the black and white edition because I want to see what it's exactly like in the way that the director and the writer wanted it to be. In fact, Nicolas Cage, he voiced his opinion and he says, yeah, I mean, this is a great idea to have both, to have a black and white version or what they're calling a true color version of this. The writing is good. That's what I'm here for. I mean, you can have all the characters, you can have the special effects, you can have everything like that, but it has to be written in a very good way. It's impressive with the trailer, but they got to get the writing correctly. Let me know what you think. Do you like this trailer? Would you give it a true North rating, or would it be South? Leave all your comments down below. I'd like to hear from you. Once again, this is York. Thank you so very much for watching. Also, I host a podcast all about science fiction. It's called Welcome to Earth Stories. It's an audio drama. All the details is in the show description, and I'll talk to you soon.